is in the air, and lately it seems like we may have even skipped right to summer. With spring and summer come the red, yellow, and pink tulips here in Ottawa, and yes, all those pregnant, glowing women all out and about. What is it about pregnancy that seems to put a smile on faces? And what is it about pregnancy that seems to make moms have so many cravings? And what are the top 7 foods and supplements that you should be thinking about if you're expecting? What about the dads? Is there anything that you should be doing? Welcome to Revivelife TV, your family wellness show that features expert guests to share information on foods, nutrition, and other health solutions. I'm your naturopathic doctor, host, Dr. Joelle. Our Revivelife quiz for you today is, number 1, do pickles top the list for the most craved food while pregnant? Number 2, you can drink any tea while pregnant as long as it's herbal? And number 3, it is important not to lift anything while pregnant, true or false? To find the answers to these questions and many more, stay with us today. A few facts and myths about pregnancy for you to ponder are: pregnant women who carry low means that it's a boy, or pregnancy acne means it's a girl. Well, this one is false. Women tend to carry lower or higher depending on their body type. Taller and thinner women appear to carry higher, while shorter and fuller women appear to carry lower. Neither has any correlation to gender. Also, in a second pregnancy, since your abdominal muscles may be a little bit looser, the pregnancy may seem to appear to be lower. Pregnancy acne has nothing to do with gender. It's more of a result of natural hormonal changes. Another question for you to think about. Pregnant women must eat for 2. We've all heard that. They must gain 25 pounds. Well, this one's also false. North Americans already eat for 2 prior to pregnancy. 30 years ago, the average size of babies was 6 pounds. Today, the average size is 8 pounds. There's many reasons for this, but one reason is overeating in generally, particularly favorable carbohydrates such as breads, pastas, and rice, and really not getting enough vegetables, protein, and healthy fats. We're going to learn later in the show exactly how much weight is recommended. On average, in the last trimester, the baby gains about a half a pound a week. So as a general rule, if during this time the pregnant woman is gaining a bit more than that, her doctor may be concerned and her diet should be reevaluated. Another question to ponder. Pregnant women shouldn't take baths? This one's also false. The correct answer is that pregnant women shouldn't take hot baths. Women are told to take baths or told not to take hot baths because hot water over 98 degrees is unfavorable to the pregnancy. Taking a warm, not hot bath with someone to help you get in and out of the tub safely can help decrease uncomfortable swelling in your arms and legs, increase the amniotic fluid, prevent premature contractions, help the mother relax, and alleviate anxiety about the health of the baby. This is also why swimming is such a great pregnancy exercise. Another question, do pregnant women crave pickles and ice cream? Well, this one's false too. Not all women crave pickles and ice cream, but food cravings such as these are based on fact. In general, food cravings can be very helpful to telling what your body actually needs. Women who crave pickles are really usually craving salt and maybe mineral deficient, and specifically sodium deficient. Additional minerals are particularly important in pregnancy when women's bodies increase blood volume by up to 20%, so the existing minerals are diluted. Many women crave junk food such as ice cream during pregnancy because junk food is associated with comfort. Sugars found in sweet foods as well as in breads, pastas, and rice cause the body also to produce serotonin, which makes women feel good. So do pickles top the list for the most craved food while pregnant? Well, this one is false. Research shows that sweet tops the list at 40%, salty is next at 33%, which includes those pickles, spicy comes in at 17%, and tart foods come in at 10%. So our Revivelife snacks for you today on our 101 list of snack foods is dedicated to all you ladies out there with these cravings. So all you dads out there, to make your life easier, you may want to have some of these in the house at all times, as those cravings seem to hit at any time of the day or night. Snack number 56 is ice cream for all you sweet lovers out there. This one's a healthier version though. This one's made with frozen bananas and cocoa powder. 57 is pickles. We've chosen the traditional here and added some pickled veggies to add more vitamins and minerals. Number 58 is Thai curry for our spicy cravings, which gives us more protein and more veggies. And lastly, we've got orange infused with lemon juice and cinnamon to keep them extra tart. Into the break, I'll leave you with another fact or myth to ponder. Welcome back to Revivelife TV. Into the break, I left you with a question to ponder about pregnancy and changing cat litter. Pregnant women shouldn't change cat litter? Just a reminder to any pregnant woman with a furry, purry cat. Due to a virus in cat feces called toxoplasmosis, it's important that you get someone else to change the kitty litter while pregnant. Also keep in mind that your furry friend may also walk on its litter, and the virus can really be tracked anywhere a cat walks. So limit your exposure and make sure your home is extra clean. Our next guest certainly practices what she preaches. Growing up in a family afflicted with autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, and scleroderma, she began to look for a way to help her loved ones, and during that journey, she discovered naturopathic medicine. She's also the director of nutrition for the Real You program and works with families including pregnant women. Welcome, Dr. Jacqueline Smith.
Thanks for having me.
You're a good friend.
We go back a bit. Yeah.
We do, yeah. So this is really actually quite fun. So Jacqueline, you are a neat naturopath. You have this wonderful nutrition program. You were just talking about it. Just tell us quickly what that is.
So I'm the director of nutrition for the Real You program. Okay. It started with the Ottawa Police Department, and we brought together a team of practitioners. So you have a naturopathic doctor, a medical doctor. There is a physiotherapist / personal trainer, a counselor as well, and we all work as a team on each individual participant to optimize their health outcomes.
That's amazing. I mean, we need more programs like that.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a whole other show. So coming back to pregnancy, there's a lot of things that a woman needs to think about when she becomes pregnant. And one of the common concerns, of course, is calcium. So what should a woman be thinking about when she's pregnant with respect to calcium?
Absolutely. So more is not better in this case. One thing we need to know is that your calcium requirements don't change at all during pregnancy, but you have to ensure that you are getting enough. And enough is about 1,000 milligrams per day. If you are eating a healthy, balanced diet, you're automatically getting 300 milligrams per day from what we would normally deem non-calcium sources. So outside of that, you need to start to take in about 2 extra servings per day from those calcium sources. And those can range. You can have a 1/4 cup of sesame seeds, 1.5 cups of steamed collard greens, spinach, or turnip greens. We all know about our dairy. Wonderful source. So 1 cup of milk would give you your 1 serving. But many women find that throughout their pregnancy, their immune system shifts. And part of that can involve developing food sensitivities, particularly to dairy. And if you fall into that category, I strongly recommend exploring alternatives like almond milk or fortified rice milk, because it will give you the exact same as that cup
Excellent.
of calcium.
Why is it that we tend to think that because you're growing bigger, that you should have more, including calcium? Why do we have that myth?
Oh, I think that's just a cultural thing. Over the years, it's been ingrained for the most part. You do get food cravings, which is part of it, but sorry, women, they don't really apply until 2nd trimester. Your caloric needs don't shift at all during the first 12 weeks. It's from the 13-week mark on that you start to need that additional 300 calories.
It's only 300 calories?
300.
Isn't that what a soy latte is or something like that?
Like I said, I apologize.
Okay, so let's talk about weight then, because that's an important factor. Again, women think I should eat for 2, I should gain lots of weight. What is the reality? How much weight should a woman be gaining?
So it depends on the individual. There's a formula you can use, and we'll put it up online. But essentially what it is your preterm weight. You have to determine what the optimal weight is, and that's based on a BMI, body mass index, between 20 to 25. Once you know that number, then you multiply it by 35 and add 300. If you are able to calculate the optimal caloric intake, the interesting thing you'll find is that some women will need to increase their daily intake, some will maintain, and some will actually have to reduce the amount of calories that they take in.
Women, are you listening? Okay, so the women that would have to reduce then would be in the category where their BMI is perhaps a little high.
Elevated, yes. Now the one caution I have with BMI is the fact that it's based on height. So it's not a solid representation of body composition like individuals who are higher in muscle mass, bone density, etc.
A little bit more athletic.
You got it, yeah. So if there's any question about where you fall in that range, speak to your healthcare practitioner first.
Okay, but certainly the whole idea about gaining, more than 30 pounds, 40 pounds, we really don't want to head into that zone.
Absolutely not. Once you know what your BMI should be, you're going to find that if it's ideal going into the pregnancy, it's between 25 to 35 pounds. If you're underweight going into your pregnancy, you have to eat more, essentially. So you're looking at gaining about 28 to 40 pounds. And then on the far end of the scale, if you are overweight, more than 29 for your BMI, then you're looking at minimum about 15 pounds. Okay.
Another question that I know one of my patients would like to know is it wise to think about your weight during breastfeeding? Because I know women are concerned about weight. So what would your because we're talking about weight.
I do not encourage my patients to actively try to lose weight while they're breastfeeding. It naturally comes. Usually at the end of a year, if you're breastfeeding during that period, you'll have an extra couple pounds left. So if there's anything residual at the end of that year, then you're in a safe zone to start to focus more so.
Exactly. I do find, though, that when women take care of themselves, use natural care, there's a real big difference in how much weight they actually even gain during the pregnancies if we did a comparison. So, take action early. How early should women touch base with a healthcare practitioner like a naturopath?
I would recommend before they even conceive.
Okay.
It's a really good idea to stay, well, generally speaking, if you're going to be looking at rebalancing your life, if you have a lot of work to do, it's a good idea to come in probably about 6 months before.
Okay.
But when we start talking about supplements, particularly things like folic acid, in order for it to be optimized in the body, so to reach saturation levels, It takes about 12 weeks, so a minimum of 3 months.
Okay, so 3 months. So if you're thinking about pregnancy, don't forget that. A lot of women experience feeling great, but some women feel uncomfortable. And one of the common concerns, of course, is heartburn or nausea. What would your comments be about that?
Nausea is a fun one. Yes, so some women have morning sickness.
Yes.
Many women have all-day sickness,
Yeah.
and it really does add to problems with regulating the diet because you want to eat optimally for your pregnancy. What I would typically recommend, first of all, is eating small regular meals, so 3 meals a day and maybe a couple snacks in there as well, and avoiding spicy, fatty foods. Those are going to increase bile flow, increase stomach acidity, and that's going to aggravate the nausea further. So in turn, if you can manage those things, you'll see some improvements. If that does not work for you, there are some supplements that are on your side. There is ginger. You can take that one safely as a supplement, 1,000 milligrams per day. You will often see your results within about 4 days.
Okay.
The second one, and one of my favorites, is vitamin B6. So B6, if you take about 150 milligrams per day, will also control for the morning sickness. The only caution there is that there are different forms of the vitamin.
Yes.
So you'll have pyridoxal, which is the more generic one, and you'll have pyridoxal 5-phosphate, P5P. P5P is the active form in the body, and in turn, pyridoxal gets converted into that variant. A fraction of our population does not have the enzymes for that conversion. So
Which could be the women having nausea.
you've got it. So if
Yeah.
your B6 isn't working, it's probably because you're not able to convert it into the active form. You can buy P5P. So if you can source that out, that's your best bet.
Great. Great information, Dr. Jacqueline. We've got a lot more to cover with you, so stay with